in Visayas and Mindanao. We have one autonomous college, our newest autonomous college, is UP Tacloban, but it is on its way to becoming a full university within the next 2 to 3 years. We have 14 extension campuses, so that makes 23 campuses all over the country today. UP has 70 research institutions, but 30 of them are national research institutions serving the government directly. Among others is the Philippine Genome Center, the National Institute for Science and Mathematics and Development, the National Institute of Physics, the National Institute of Geological Sciences, the Marine Science Institute. They serve the rest of the country and not just the university. And then we have the National Institute of Health, and under this are 15 institutes under this National Institute of Health. And just to mention a few of them, the Philippine Eye Research Center, Newborn Hearing Screening Center, the Philippine National Ear Institute, just to give you an idea of what's inside this giant institute. Under PGH, of course, we have the National Poison Management and Control Center. And in most of our schools, we have the National Institute of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology. I'd like to say that this serves the country directly, but they are being put on UP as well. This is not to mention the newest one, which is the Philippine Energy and Research Institute, which I head as the UP president, but they are here separately. And just to give an idea as well, out of 10 flagship programs, I'm sorry, don't be distracted by that, I'm going to do. This academic excellence, inclusive admissions, research and innovation, open distance e-learning, and now hopefully soon to be launched, the Archipelagic and Oceanic Virtual University, which will become our 10th constituent university, but it's going to be virtual. And then active and collaborative partnerships. We have over 240 partnerships with local entities, and 146 of them are with fellow HEIs in the country. And we have a promotion of arts and culture, expansion of public service offices, quality management systems, because we are trying to institutionalize our systems today through improvement in processes, particularly in finance and procedures to prevent delay, and then, of course, digital transformation. We have created 2 new offices as part of our management strengthening. We have created the Office of Digital Transformation, or Vice President for DX, and another office, the Vice President for Translational Research and Innovation, and separated it from the overloaded Vice President for Academic Affairs. We have also tweaked and retooled the Public Affairs Office to serve as the main champion for public service of the university. So our organization now has started to reflect the actual motto of UP, which is honor, excellence, and just recently we added the word service po. So UP's honor, excellence, and service. And we have reflected it even in the faculty promotions from 6% points for service. In faculty promotion, it is now 20% points for promotion if you do public service. And just to give you a rundown as well on our physical performances, I will not mention them all, it's quite a long list, but our passing for first-time examiners in licensure exams is 96%, but this has exceeded our target by 5.77%. The percentage of our students that are employed within the last 2 years is a high of 97.7%, 98%, which is equivalent basically to full employment. Our graduates are fully employed. And let me just jump as well to when it comes to our hospital services, we have achieved all our targets, particularly in reducing infection rate in our hospitals, particularly the Philippine General Hospital. You might further ask them, but this is important for us because the PGH is 1/3 or about between 1/3 to 25% of the budget of UP. And infection rate is down. Doctor to bed ratio is 1:1. Bed occupancy rate is, how much? 85%. And then average, we have lagged behind in terms of average inpatient waiting for elective surgery simply because of the deluge of new patients right now. Right now, the university, last year, PGH has exceeded 700,000 patients a year with over 3 million surgeries and laboratory tests. But this year, it promises to exceed 700, beyond the 700,000 mark. So it should be around more than the 700,000, but not 800,000. Between 700 to 750,000 is our estimate patients in 1 year. Licensing exams, we have 100% passing in about 18 of 31 licensure exams. The rest are, except for 3, in the high 90s and passing rate. Okay. And one of the most dramatic results of reforms being done during the last 2 years is this. Over the last few years, there has been increasing applicants for UP. In 2024, 108,000 applied. In 2025, 135. And just for next year, 140,000 students have applied. We will only admit less than 10,000. We have improved the test centers as well. Added 10 more test centers, and we from 2024 and 2025, and we're adding for next year 4 more test centers. And this has been very, very good in terms of achieving results of democratization. Let me just point out one case. When we set up a testing center in the Bunturan, in the newest province of Davao de Oro, there used to be just only six students there who will qualify for UPCAT. But when we allowed it closer to their home, 33% of the, we garnered 33 UPCAT passers in that depressed area. So bringing the UPCAT test centers to the communities really helps in bringing in more from the, what we call the GIDA families, which is our target today. I am very happy to note that in 2022, 44% of our students come from the public high schools, while 56% comes from private. But within 2 years of our reforms, today, 2025, the numbers have been reversed. 55% of our students are now coming from public high schools and only 45% from private high schools. The most dramatic, perhaps, achievement is that even the number of those from general public high schools have increased as well as against those coming from public science high schools. I mentioned it earlier, we also the number of first-generation UP students has increased from 6% to now 13%. First-generation UP students are those students coming from families where no one has stepped foot in college for at least 4 generations. Our programs has increased the number from 3% of freshmen this year to 13%. Which is a dramatic increase in the number of poor but qualified students having given access to the University of the Philippines. Now, interesting. Okay. Academic partnerships. We have 481 academic partnerships all over the world. 313 are in Asia. In Europe, 81. In North America, 59. Middle East 3, South America 2, Africa 5, Australia and Oceania 18 partner higher educational institutions in 43 countries. These partnerships include exchange of faculty, visiting researcher, conduct of collaborative research and creative units. We have 2 joint degree programs with top university in the world, one in Curtin University in Perth and one in Reading University in the UK. Both from UPLB. These are joint PhD programs. As far as local partnerships, we have 266 partnerships and 192 of them are higher educational institutions. Most of the schools presented today, or many of them at least, I exceeded my time, are partners of the University of the Philippines. Let me just cite to you NOAA because it seems that NOAA is everywhere today. Project NOAA, which is under the UP Resilience Institute, the head of whom is here, Mr. Disaster, Dr. Lagmay. 60% of local government units of UP, of the entire country, 1,600 local government units, 60% are actually using Project NOAA, UP's Project NOAA hazard maps. That's a achievement. And since 2023 or 2 years, we have our website for NOAA has garnered 36.5 million interactions. Let me just point out to you that in Crising just a few weeks ago, there were 4.6 searches using our website, and in Carina last year, 4.3 million in just 2 days. So just to give you about the impact of and also just to give you also the interest of people on resilience, we have offered a micro-credential resilience using UPOU, our open distance e-learning portal and platform. We have in just this particular course on micro-credential, particularly on the basics of resilience, 35,879 learners enrolled. 11,700 have already completed the micro-credentials as of 2025, achieving a 32.62 completion rate. But this refers, the most important thing here is the indication on the amount of interest as well. I'd like as well our move as well for artificial intelligence and robotics, which is increasingly changing the entire educational system. We have a PhD in artificial intelligence and a PhD in data science in Diliman, together with their master's component. And we have just opened the Master's of Engineering in AI in Cebu and this semester, and we will be opening another one in Mindanao. Let me just in UP Mindanao. Right now, our AI program has 19 fully trained professors with PhD and 24 PhD students, and we hope to ramp up production of PhDs in AI to respond to the demands of the country and the world today. Another interesting thing that might be interesting based on the discussion earlier is that for the first time, UP, together with its partner universities, has sequenced the gene of the Visayan spotted deer. And this is important because this is an endangered species. But the most important aspect here is that we have already developed a local capability to sequence the DNA materials of endangered species, and that is the scientific breakthrough. This is all Filipino, all UP resource, and we have done this with the University of with Gatchalian University, and we have also sequenced, just as an example of the advances, 127 African swine fever samples from DA through to the Philippine Genome Center. Again, it's not about the ASF, but the capability to respond to developing particularly vaccines for African swine fever, which is very helpful for handling other kinds of diseases that might affect both human and animal. In line with our democratization campaign, we have opened a new program we call Link Up Scholar, where we grant scholarships based on our own internally generated fund for students. In its first year implementation, there were 196 students. These are with incomes of 130,000 and below, some of them zero incomes. And last year, we were able to benefit 196 scholars. And now, because of the popularization of the program, we have attracted 246 scholars. And the housing, this is an extra and over above any other scholarship. The housing component here is about 90,000. 35,000. The food component is about 90,000. Communication allowance 5,000. Transport 10,000. Book allowance 10,000. School supplies 10,000 for a total of 160,000. This kind of students, since they belong to GIDA areas, we have asked our alumni to volunteer to pick them up from the rural communities straight to the university, because these are people na wala man lang nito masahe. And Land Bank has already partnered with that as well by providing the resources of Land Bank to help us ferry these students from their hometowns to the university. Now, as far as patents are concerned, from 2023 to June 2025, we were able to, UP's research were granted 4 foreign patents and 39 local patents with a total of 81.67 million royalties received. This is still very low, but we are just organizing our research and innovation cluster, and we hope to ramp up generation of patents and increasing income as well from royalties obtained from patents developed by our scientists. Okay.
So